Welcome. In this video, we introduce Sustainable Development Goal 7, which focuses on ensuring access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Throughout this video, we will highlight the global status of this goal, examine Saudi Arabia's progress, and explain how SDG 7 aligns with the key pillars of Vision 2030. The Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, are a global framework introduced by the United Nations in 2015. They include 17 interconnected goals that address key issues such as poverty, inequality, environmental protection, and sustainable economic growth. Together, these goals provide a roadmap for creating a more peaceful, fair, and sustainable world by 2030. The SDGs are important because they guide global and national efforts to improve people's lives and protect the planet. They ensure that economic development happens sustainably and fairly, especially for vulnerable groups. By working toward these goals, countries can strengthen their economies, reduce inequalities, support cleaner environments, and promote global cooperation. Saudi Arabia incorporates the Sustainable Development Goals into its national agenda through Vision 2030. According to the General Authority for Statistics, the kingdom has made significant progress in key areas, including education, healthcare, digital transformation, and universal access to energy. Saudi Arabia also operates a national SDG platform that monitors all 17 goals and ensures alignment between global targets and national priorities. SDG 7 focuses on ensuring that everyone has access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy. According to the United Nations, this includes expanding access to electricity, promoting clean cooking solutions, increasing the share of renewable energy, and improving energy efficiency. Clean and modern energy plays a major role in supporting economic growth, improving social well-being, and protecting the environment, which makes SDG 7 a key foundation for sustainable development. Globally, access to modern energy has improved, but progress remains uneven. According to the United Nations and the World Bank, around 91% of the world's population had access to electricity in 2021, yet more than 675 million people still live without electricity, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. The UN also reports that 2.3 billion people still rely on unsafe and polluting fuels for cooking, which affects health, air quality, and overall well-being. Despite improvements, the international community is not currently on track to fully achieve SDG 7 by 2030, mainly due to slow progress in clean cooking, limited renewable energy expansion in low-income countries, and growing global energy demand. The chart shows the global trend in electricity access from 1990 to 2023. As we can see, access to electricity has increased steadily over the past 3 decades, from around 73% in the early 1990s to more than 90% today. This growth reflects major global efforts to expand energy infrastructure, especially in developing regions. However, the chart also highlights an important point. Progress has been slow and uneven, which is why hundreds of millions of people still lack electricity. This is one of the key reasons the world is not on track to achieve SDG 7 by 2030 fully. Saudi Arabia has already achieved universal access to electricity, with 100% of the population connected to the grid, according to World Bank data. Despite this strong foundation, the country's energy mix is still largely dependent on oil and natural gas. However, under Vision 2030, the kingdom is rapidly expanding its renewable energy capacity through major solar and wind projects. Saudi Arabia has set a national target for renewables to make up 50% of the electricity mix by 2030, reflecting a major shift toward cleaner and more sustainable energy sources. This transition supports economic diversification and strengthens the country's long-term environmental goals. Electricity access in Saudi Arabia from 2016 to 2023. As we can see, the kingdom maintains near universal and consistent access, reaching 100% in most years. This reflects the strength of the country's energy infrastructure and its long-standing investment in reliable electricity for all residents. With access already achieved, Saudi Arabia's main focus today is not availability, but clean energy, renewable expansion, and sustainability, which aligns directly with Vision 2030. Clean energy plays a central role in Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030. The kingdom is working to diversify its energy mix, reduce its dependence on oil, and shift toward more sustainable sources. Vision 2030 sets an ambitious target for renewables to supply 50% of the electricity mix by 2030, supported by large-scale solar and wind developments. Initiatives such as the Saudi Green Initiative and the National Renewable Energy Program accelerate this transformation and strengthen the kingdom's leadership in sustainable energy. According to the United Nations and the International Energy Agency, many low-income countries still face high costs for renewable energy infrastructure, and millions of people in rural areas remain disconnected from electricity grids. The global energy system is also heavily dependent on fossil fuels, and many countries have outdated power networks that cannot support large-scale renewable integration. In addition, clean cooking solutions and energy efficiency improvements remain underfunded. Because of these issues, the world is currently not on track to fully achieve 7 Sudanese pounds by 2030. Globally, several challenges continue to slow progress toward SDG 7. According to the United Nations and the International Energy Agency, renewable energy development is still limited by high infrastructure costs, especially in low-income regions. Many rural and remote communities remain disconnected from electricity networks, which widens the energy access gap. Another major challenge is the world's heavy reliance on fossil fuels and the presence of outdated power grids that cannot support large-scale renewable energy. Clean cooking solutions also receive far less funding than needed. Because of these combined factors, the world is currently not on track to fully achieve SDG 7 by 2030. In Saudi Arabia, the main challenges are not about access to electricity, but about making the energy system more sustainable. According to the Ministry of Energy and Vision 2030 reports, the kingdom still relies heavily on oil and natural gas for power generation, and energy consumption per capita remains one of the highest globally. Integrating large-scale renewable energy also requires upgrading grid capacity, expanding transmission networks, and investing in energy storage solutions to ensure stability. In addition, the kingdom's harsh climate conditions can affect solar panel performance and increase infrastructure maintenance needs. Another challenge is public behavior. Raising awareness about energy efficiency and reducing consumption is essential for achieving SDG 7 in the long term. Globally, countries are working towards 7 Sudanese pounds through commitments under the Paris Agreement, expanding access to electricity, promoting clean cooking solutions, and investing in renewable energy and energy efficiency programs. These international actions aim to close the global energy access gap and accelerate the shift toward cleaner energy systems. In Saudi Arabia, major progress is being made under Vision 2030. The kingdom aims for 50% of electricity generation to come from renewable sources by 2030, supported by the National Renewable Energy Program, which oversees large solar and wind projects across the country. Additionally, the Saudi Green Initiative plays a key role in advancing the energy transition by reducing emissions, expanding renewable capacity, and strengthening long-term sustainability. To support progress toward SDG 7 in Saudi Arabia, we believe several practical actions can make a strong impact. First, raising awareness about energy efficiency, especially among households and students, can help reduce unnecessary consumption. Expanding rooftop solar on homes, schools, and universities would also increase clean energy generation at the community level. In addition, offering stronger incentives for energy-efficient appliances and buildings can encourage more sustainable choices. Supporting startups and innovation in renewable energy and storage technologies is equally important, as these solutions can accelerate the country's transition. Finally, adopting smart grid and smart meter technologies can help reduce waste and make energy use more efficient across the kingdom. Globally, it is unlikely that 7 Sudanese pounds will be fully achieved by 2030. According to the United Nations and the International Energy Agency, progress in electricity access, renewable energy, and clean cooking is improving, but not fast enough to close existing gaps, especially in low-income regions. However, the situation in Saudi Arabia is different. With strong government policies, major renewable energy investments, and the direction set by Vision 2030, the kingdom is well positioned to meet its national clean energy targets by 2030. Initiatives such as the Saudi Green Initiative and the National Renewable Energy Program are accelerating progress and reinforcing Saudi Arabia's leadership in sustainable energy. SDG 7 is strongly aligned with Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030. Clean and sustainable energy plays a major role in reducing reliance on oil and supporting economic diversification, one of the core goals of the vision. Renewable energy development is a key priority under Vision 2030, and initiatives such as the Saudi Green Initiative help accelerate emissions reduction, expand renewable capacity, and strengthen the kingdom's leadership in sustainability. By advancing SDG 7, Saudi Arabia supports two main pillars of Vision 2030, a thriving economy driven by innovation, and a vibrant society supported by clean, reliable energy. Every individual has a role in supporting 7 Sudanese pounds. Small actions can make a big difference, reducing unnecessary electricity use, choosing energy-efficient appliances, and being more mindful of our daily energy habits. We can also support renewable energy initiatives and promote awareness within our communities. When each of us takes responsibility, we help create a cleaner, more sustainable future for Saudi Arabia and for the world. Quiz time. It's time to see what you've learned. Let's take a fun quiz to test our knowledge. What is the main focus of SDG 7? It's B. Ensuring access to affordable and clean energy. What percentage of the world currently has access to electricity? It's C. About 90%. What is the electricity access rate in Saudi Arabia? It's C. 100%.